Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak, and peace and blessings. There are those who will look at those who follow religious life and say, look at them. They follow what has passed away, what is old and no longer of use. Don't they see what thrives and what brings life? They see those of us who have sacrificed to be void of experiencing the joys of this life. They don't see religion as relevant or necessary, and they do not come to life or feel alive through belief in the Creator of all things. When you are no longer gambling your money away on expensive clothing, cars, and items that you know you can't afford, like name brand bags and shoes and other things, when you know you have a family and bills are due and you're behind, you have college and retirement to save for, and knowing like most people you're living paycheck to paycheck. When they see you covering up the private parts of your body on purpose, they don't see what the big deal is. When they see you're no longer drinking at social events, they think you're being extreme or that it's completely unnecessary. When they see that you are not interested in smoking weed or whatever the popular drug of the time may be, when they know you don't curse and they can't imagine not cursing themselves, when they see that you're particular about what you put in your body and are trying to eat to live, they get upset. It bothers them. It never ceases to amaze me that people actually get turned off and upset for you trying to live right. Sounds insane, I know. They get upset. They'll try to change the subject or just not hang around you. It's very weird. But I truly wonder what causes that in their soul. On top of this, they've cheated. They've created a false idea that you have sacrificed the joys of this life. And really, they're cheating themselves out of it. All of the things that the social world said should make you happy and feel good. All of these things that they say are needed to have a good time, a good party. In fact, so much so that they'll actually remove you from their social circles because they think you may be uncomfortable or because they may be uncomfortable to do what they want to do around you. But if you look closely at what the social world says should make us content, these are all emotionally driven things. Just like emotions, they are unstable and you cannot rely on them for happiness and joy. So the joy of this life is success, the ability to elevate and to see yourself renew, change, improve, grow, see your condition improve, to see your children do better, to do better than you, to see your children do better than you, to see your health improve, to establish a business and watch others improve, to become educated and grow your thinking, to travel and grow your experiences. This is the true joy of this life. There is no replacement. This is what it is to get high, to grow, to get higher and higher. It is to elevate yourself. And we don't need drugs to do that. We think that's a replacement, but it's not. We want sustained growth, and that is what the garden is. That is the paradise. That is what we're talking about, and that's the joy. But why is it that the moment you rise above those around you and begin to grow, instead of seeing it as growth, they see it as a problem, like the whole crabs in the barrel thing? They don't ask you how you did it. They don't want you to be responsible for giving them any information. I don't understand it. To improve their situation, they don't even appreciate your guidance, and instead it actually causes them to separate themselves from you and maybe even dislike you even more. Why is that, and what in the heck is going on? Is this jealousy that someone has elevated themselves? It sounds insane. There's little to no visible praise for growth and development. Instead, the media and news is filled with all of the wrong things that people do, all of the bad stuff. You have to search for the good stuff when you want to see something. And we can attest to this during Ramadan because we're looking, when we do watch TV, we're searching, and it's a real search. But those who cheat themselves and avoid the right don't realize that once you experience sustainable joy, and that is success, you no longer see those small carnal joys as joys at all. You actually see them as temptations that can threaten your growth and your success. And we see this all the time now with the celebrities. They get into something. All of these things that I've listed, are problematic. They can cause real problems for you. So they end up getting into something and it actually threatens their entire career. It keeps happening over and over again. But what's interesting is it's interesting because while they perceive you as following what is dead because you have died to their idea and what they consider living, you are living and thriving in a reality that they cannot perceive. They have no sense of it, just as we really have no sense of the life to come after death. They can only imagine what it would be like, and they will only acknowledge your life when something bad happens and they have to call on you for help. It's only then that they'll acknowledge your success. When their health begins to fail due to what they've done to their bodies and they turn to you for assistance, when they have expended all of their money. And this reminds you of that saying that there will be those of you who will experience hell and will look up at those of us that are going to be in the garden and ask for something of help, right? That's what this is. Lastly, I want to end on this note. Those of us who have sacrificed ourselves and our lives working to uplift and keep our families functioning and together, participating in community and fighting for decent moral life are often perceived as overly serious, uptight, maybe even arrogant for saying so, to conservative, lacking certain emotions, or even complaining. This is how people perceive other people that are actually trying to do right. They think you're arrogant because you're saying, oh, I don't eat that. I don't do that. I don't say that. Why is that arrogance when that's trying to do the right thing? Why don't you say, wow, that's really commendable. I really actually admire your willpower. That would be the right response. What they do not know is that it is only when we come in contact with society that we have to complain to bring the issues out, to separate our emotions in order to uphold and stand by the truth, and to feel sad at witnessing the decline of morality and humanity in society. For me, I'm a humanitarian. I am a humanitarian. This is very real for me. It's heavy. It bothers my heart. It's something that I feel very serious to speak out about and to do something about. But I believe we should all do, even if it's not all day, even if it's just a part of your day, or sometimes participate. But when we are away from the social world, this is something to know. When we're away from the social world, we have a peace that most will never, ever experience. The incomparable satisfaction of an established life of our own, working for the improvement of mankind, and the reward of leaving a legacy that will transcend the grave. Thank you for listening. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.